what the hell we're doing, but let's go.
In a world of smoking stories where the good times flow, there's a podcast rolling, putting on a show. The three amigos gathered, mic in hand, you see. The Cigar Loons are calling, wild and fancy free. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out their podcast dream. From humble beginnings, just a thought, the spark. Now they're lighting up the airwaves, leaving their mark. They talk of life and laughter, and the cigars they hold dear, dispelling all the worries, banishing all fear. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. Through debates and discussions, they always find a way to make you feel at home at the close of every day. With tales from their adventures and insights sharp and keen, the Cigar Loons are truly quite the listening scene. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out their podcast dream. So light up your stogie, settle in and hear. The Cigar Loons are talking, bringing joy to your ear. The guys Grumpy and Matthew, a perfect smoky blend. Tune into the Loos until the very end.
Hello, we're live. And we're back. Of
What
What's
is
that?
up,
course,
our friends?
we're live tonight on YouTube.
smoking a
and
fence
we're
pole
live
up there?
on
That's crazy.
and Grumpy rails me off my thoughts as soon as we start. But yeah, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, and we're on rumble.com tonight. But yeah,
Well,
of course, it's set and light. It's set and light, and just us three getting together and having a chat and smoking a cigar and getting whatever pops up in our head. And you know something,
Fence
Yeah,
post.
that's
come and join us
dangerous.
come and join us next week, because next week we've got a guest coming next week.
Going
So,
to be
got a guest coming next
interesting.
week. Yep,
Nah.
it's going to be interesting. But tonight, of course, we're
Here
sitting
we can, another sucker.
and sit and light. And I've lit up a Boaventura 660 natural, and of course, Nicaraguan wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and the fellas are from Jalapa, Condiga,
Mm.
and of course, other regions of Nicaragua. And it's not a bad cigar. I've smoked them before, and they made it the Sensia Cigar Factory for, of course, Cavori, and Cavori, of course, is the main company that own Boaventura. And I'm going to be pairing it tonight with a nice little bit of drinky poos. And of course, I've got my favourite Glenmorangie 10-year-old. Matthew, go on.
Sure.
What's that old big fancy tennis pole stick or whatever you want to class does, or cricket wicket or whatever you smoke tonight?
I have got the Wise Man by Foundation Cigars Lancero.
Mhm.
It is a Corojo 99 wrapper, Esteli and Jalapa binder. Esteli Condea and Jalapa fillers. 7x40. Made
Where'd
at
you say the wrapper was from?
it says Nicaraguan Corojo 99.
Wrong.
Oh, this is probably wrong one. This is the Maduro version. So, Connecticut broadleaf.
That's the Mexican San Andreas. Mexican
No,
San
it's a
Andreas.
Connecticut broadleaf. It says.
No, it's not. It's Mexican San
It's
Andreas.
what it says
I
on
smoked it.
Foundation's website, brother.
I smoked it, brother. It's the Mexican San Andreas.
Not according to Foundation, the people who make the cigar. This is Foundation Cigar Company website. I'm smoking it now. I don't give a shit about that. It is a Connecticut broadleaf according to their website. So I don't know how you're going to tell them they made a cigar with a different wrapper than they did. Maybe the Lancero is different too.
Basically, if you look at the Wise Man Maduro, the wrappers, Mexican San Andreas, Binder, Stali, Jalapa.
Not for the Lancero.
Jalapa.
Not for the Lancero.
Well, considering the posters, that Maduro,
God damn,
and all the images together is the Mexican San Andreas. I tell you.
It's like arguing with my teenager.
Shut the yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
I'm not swearing tonight.
And they wonder
you're not.
They wonder why we ain't never going to hit the big time.
We've got Paul out the other podcast.
Maybe we will. Maybe this is the kind of content that's gonna break us out.
Well, it sure ain't sticking your nose up somebody else's butt.
Jesus.
We do. At least we do things different. I mean, come on. Even if I do just hang out in the corner like a wallflower vegetable.
Am I going to even enjoy this cigar now? You fucking ruined my day.
I love your cigar, man. It's a beautiful cigar. I like it.
No, it really is. It is
It
beautiful.
looks like it would be a good one.
It tastes fantastic so far. It's a Lancero, though, so it's going to take some babysitting, and I'm going to hate that.
Well, that's that, that don't help your... that don't help your...
Now that I'm done fighting with Gaz, I will talk about the whiskey that I'm pairing it with. I am pairing it with a Middle West Spirits sherry cask finished bourbon that is 6 years old, aged originally in American white oak, and then finished in Solera sherry casks. And it is 97.25 proof. And it was a special release a couple years ago. It's delicious finished whiskey.
You know something? I'll go on point with Matthew, and of course, me and Matthew jest with one another. But when you look on Foundation's website, and even with speaking, of course, to Foundation when they were doing the remake of the cigars, when of course they had the original one that was made at Aganorsa. And then, of course, they've had this new one made at the My Father factory. It was a case of they were sticking to the Mexican San Andreas wrapper. Now, when I've just looked on Foundation's website, and I'm not begging to disagree with anything, you know that, because I love you, my brother. But on their sizes, of course, they've got double Corona, Toro Robusto, and Corona. And it says the blend here, San Andreas Mexican.
Yeah, that's what it says for the regular, but if you look up the Lancero on their website.
So they've got it just in the Lancero. There we go.
Yeah, they have it by itself.
So that's the black. So that's the black and red. I thought that was the same cold one that I've had. So I do put my hand up and I do apologise. I do. And of course, Matthew is right. They do, of course, a Nicaraguan Corojo 99 version of it. Fuck off, Grumpy. And they also do a Connecticut broadleaf as well. So I do stand to say, you know what? Yeah, I fucked up.
Hey,
I fucked up.
At least y'all are smoking something that exists.
I don't know. I feel like I need to smoke something else for this fucking conversation. Jesus.
Yeah, you can't get me there. That's done gone. Sorry.
You could always smoke an ironclad.
Well, but
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, well.
Whoever heard of that brand?
I don't know. Must be one of them British things. But now, I've tried to look up what I'm having tonight, but I don't find anything in here that I do find. I do find it. I just don't find the specific one that the bands and I'll say that I have. So this may turn into one of them Cuban discussions. Is it real or is it fake? I don't know.
Oh boy.
But simply here.
No,
pretty simple. Caldwell, Blind Man's Bluff.
Oh yeah.
It's a Maduro, and it says limited edition 1958. Right there, plain as day. 1958. That's why I was having it tonight. I've got a blind beans. I was trying to keep that blind thing going, but 1958, my birth year, I was trying to keep a little theme going. But it just says this don't exist, and I'm holding one in my hand. So what's that tell you? All I can tell you is that the Blind Man's Bluff Maduro, it's going to be earthy. It's going to be nutty coffee with pepper. There's all kinds of good stuff in it. I mean, but it's just funny that it tells me that I don't find anything in here, and I'm holding one. But I don't find it. And y'all probably know how to search better than I do, but all I know is to put in what was on the bands, and it come up and said that there wasn't even one of them come up and told me there wasn't even a 1958 associated with any, with the Caldwell brand name. It's like
so
they didn't come out until
yeah, what it should be is U.S. Pennsylvania Maduro, Binder Sumatran, and then Philly, of course, Dominican. It's a medium to full cigar. It is. And I believe that it's made. It's Matthew. Don't get a boner. It's made at AJ Fernandez's factory.
Well, it'll be good.
Because we
know
you take
there now.
Well, we know every time we mention AJ Fernandez, Matthew's table rises.
He pitches a tent. Just saying it nicely. He pitches a tent when you say AJ Fernandez.
You know something? I tell you one thing. I'm so looking forward to picking up the new 10-year that's out here by AJ. So those we were talking about it, and of course we said it was coming out, and he got this new 10-year. It's finally at the UK market in a Robusto and a Toro, and it's a nice looking cigar with a nice looking band. And I may go and pick one up next week and smoke it and see what I think of it. And this is the thing. AJ makes some cracking cigars, and you look at the companies like Caldwell, Foundation. You look at all the others that he makes cigars for. No wonder, like we said before, they keep going back and having cigars made by him. He's a master at what he does. He's got that vast amount of tobacco to use. It's crazy, some of the cigars that he's bringing out for the companies. And no wonder people enjoy them. And we like them. It is.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody knows we're on.
Man.
Yeah. But
I
just want to say, of course.
I found another picture of it. Somebody smoked it.
Oh, there we go. At least I'm not the only one.
I can't. There's no information on it.
Jeez.
Who knows? That might not be what's in here.
You know something? I've had them cigars with limited edition 1958, and I don't know if it's just. I don't really know the full story around it. That's my thing. And that's one thing that I'm going to have to find out now and dig out why they're called limited edition 1958. Because to me, you'd think, oh, it's limited edition 1958. It was made in 1958. But of course, it's not. It's totally something different. So We will find out, and of course,
Yeah,
hopefully
because
we'll be able to stay on the
somebody
next
involved.
podcast.
So if 1958 is pertinent to somebody, well, there's somebody else that's 67 this year that associated with this cigar.
Because,
Yes, I said
because
that
it's not going to
because
be
I
Robert
meant that.
Caldwell. It's not going to be Robert Caldwell because Robert Caldwell isn't bloody 67. Jeez. Robert Caldwell's in his late 40s, early 50s, if anything, Robert Caldwell. So it can't be his birthday. But anyway,
It might be his daddy
of
or his
course.
uncle or something. You never know.
I feel like I need to go get my
could be.
daughter
Or-
so she can do that whole 6'7" thing.
Yeah, there you go, man. She probably could.
I am sick of being that. I sat tonight with Lucas and Georgia playing Fortnite.
6'7".
And that's all I heard. And I heard it
6'7".
coming out of Georgia, 6'7", 6'7". And I'm like, do you know what 6'7" means? No.
Do you?
I said, you might. Yeah, it means whore.
No, it doesn't. Not over
It
here.
does.
It means fucking nothing.
6'7" means whore in a song. It's in a rap song. 6'7" means whore.
No. Not that. Not
I
what
need
these
those
kids
lyrics.
are using.
I need them lyrics.
I'll find them for you.
Yeah, find them lyrics, man. Look them up. Because over here they talking like it's just either or.
It's just like a whatever kind of thing over here.
But I find it. See where I find problem with it with my old brain. If you want to say 6, 7, either or, well, both of those are if you're going 1 through 10, 5 being the center, 6 and 7 are both to the high side toward 10. There's no, shouldn't it be like 4 or 6, 4 or 6? Either less or more than, less than, more than. I mean, but kids today, what can you say? They got no brains.
Kids come up with some weird.
It's a good thing we got rid of all the hard drugs in my generation, because this generation would have been in trouble. Just saying.
I think this generation, if they had any of the drugs that were around your era, holy moly, it'd be like the land of the living zombie.
According to what, Matthew?
According to dictionary.com, 6'7" is the word of the year, used as an ambiguous slang term by Gen Alpha. And it was popularized by the rap song 6'7" by Skrilla and the animated show South Park. But apparently it means fucking nothing. It is ambiguous. Ambiguous. Remember in the ambiguously what was it? What were they called? The ambiguously gay duo. That shit was funny. I don't think it would make it on today's TV.
I don't know
that shit was funny.
I don't know what you've been watching.
It was a Adult Swim cartoon thing.
I saw a clip. I saw a clip on another platform. It was from one of the old In the Heat of the Night shows. You remember that about the Georgia cops, the good old boys, with
I do.
Carol O'Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I hear those words together, I think of In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah,
White Snake, but
now we're talking.
But man, it was a clip
Still
that
night, not Heat of the
Night. Carol O'Connor come off with one that.
You're right. Fuck.
You
My brain went somewhere stupid there. Oh, it was Saturday Night Live.
One to Gaz, one to Matthew tonight. Yeah, Saturday Night Live. How dare you? How dare you show me that English sign of wanker?
Listen here, wanker.
But you know something? Hello to everyone on Instagram for joining. Of course, Mr. Cigar Smoker, Mr. Sweets, Joey.
Oh, people are here? Oh, shit.
We got somebody watching. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming in. And, of course, I had to rumble. And you know something? Thank you to the people that viewed us last week on YouTube. And it being our first one back on YouTube after so many months. And, of course, we're going to try and keep coming back on YouTube, bringing you the content that we can bring, of course, with cigar reviews, what we might do is stick to Rumble for when we have a cigar guest on, because there's certain things that we're not going to go into on here, but we might keep to Rumble on that. We're just testing the water at the moment and seeing how things go and see how long
Just dipping
we
our
can
toe
keep.
in the water.
That's right.
Yeah,
Just dipping my toe in.
But of course, I had a great day today. Of course, I smoked the JC Newman. Hey up, DEA. Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Brother, you're not late to the party. You're not late. We're only just getting started.
Yeah, you ain't
We're
never
just
late.
getting
There's
started.
plenty left. See, we just got started.
Yeah.
There's plenty
Well,
left.
Yeah.
Just sit down and get in the
I smoked the
circle.
JC Newman, of course. Classic Mighty Mighty. And I absolutely love that cigar. I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, I had a phone call from my American brother. So I spoke to Grumpy this afternoon and going over some ideas. And, of course, we brought up something that we're going to talk about tonight. And it's an interesting thing of who would be our 5 boutique cigar companies and who would be our 5 legacy companies that we would put on a list. Now, don't get me wrong. What we're talking about now is not going to be our main list at what's coming out at the end of the month. That you're going to have to tune in and watch. But of course, it's be who you would. And of course, DEA tonight is enjoying an Oliva Series O Maduro. And you know something? I like Oliva. I do like Oliva cigars.
I almost went with that Melania that I got, but I didn't.
Yeah, I'm not much on the O. I'm not. And I'm not much on the G, to be honest. I do like the other Olivas, though.
Bread anyway.
My opinion on Oliva is that they tend to be very earthy.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not my favorite flavor profile, but they do make consistently good cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They have and don't get me wrong. They do have that earthiness, like you said, and I know Grumpy's going to say that as well. You've had some fair levers in your package that you had last time, didn't you, Grump? Because I know you've just said the Melania, of course, different ones.
Yeah.
But how many levers did you have in that?
There was like 3 different Series V's. There was like the Bellicosa and the Box Press, and then the Melania Maduro. I think it's a Maduro. It's a Melania anyway. Then there's like what else was there? There was something else. I can't remember now. But there was another.
Did you have the edition?
The banker. The what?
Oh no, not the edition. I thought you had the edition. So you know the one that's got the tapered end. Well, I normally smoke that tapered one.
Yeah.
Where it's fat at the top and then it tapers down. I thought you had one of them in your pack.
No, it didn't give me one of them.
No. All right,
no.
Okay.
But I had that Master Blend 3 is what it was. I keep wanting to say the banker for some reason, but it was the Master Blend 3 was the other Oliva. There was like a 5-pack. Yeah. There was five or 6 Olivas, and then there was 5 or 6 Rocky Patels in there. 15th, 20th, 10th, Edge.
Nice.
Yeah.
You had some good cigars there, and you know something.
Yeah.
You can't moan at what you got there. You can't moan.
No.
And of course, you can go and, of course, check Grumpy's post out on Instagram. Grumpy_cigar_preacher 58, and he's put the post there and everything. And if you haven't checked out the Cigar Loons Instagram, go and check out some of the cigars Matthew's been smoking over the last couple of weeks. Because I'll tell you one thing, geez, you've been smoking some bangers as well, bro. Yeah. And of course, if you want to go and check out Matthew, you can find him at Vital_proof. And if you want to see my boring shit, of course, go to Rocky_cigar_n_pipe_review I know it's a big, long word, but if you want to go see some of my boring shit, then yeah, go find me.
I fell asleep by the
See
time you
anything?
got to the end of that shit.
If you see anything behind
Oh,
paywall
fuck
on
off.
his, it's
Don't you
foot
start again with
pics.
me.
Just so you know.
I like Grumpy's lives, he does.
CD.
Oh, Grumpy's been doing some fair lives, DEA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grumpy's been doing some fair lives, brother.
Yeah, man, I get loose with them, you know.
Oh,
I
boy.
talk to them about
And I've heard
anything.
I've heard a
What?
rumour on the old grapevine. Ain't you got a podcast coming soon, Grump, that you're going to be doing? Ain't you got a
Well,
podcast or something?
yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. It hadn't got a we hadn't got a frequency schedule, how many times, what day, exact day and all, but we're working that out with just minor details. It'd probably be maybe a 30-minute thing to start out with. Who knows what it might evolve into, but yeah, if you've seen any if you've seen any of my TikTok lives, and you know just how quick the conversation can change directions, and I can get off on a tirade. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see, when I've got it all sitting right there with no limitations, no restrictions, just let it rip, and say what I really think. I mean, that's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to keep it interesting, but yeah, we'll give you all the details. We'll give you all the details. We'll make sure that gets widely publicized. But it's coming.
And of course, you'll know where, of course, when, and the time and everything. Hey up, Boss Dog. So of course,
yeah, man.
Boss Dog's put, hi guys, how are you? What's happening? Laugh out loud. Tim Buck on Stogie's podcast. So yeah, of course, we will let the cat out the bag.
Oh
so
yeah.
Next week, joining us on the podcast is going to be Tim Buckles and Stogie's podcast. They're going to be joining us on the 18th, and of course, we're going to have Boss Dog, we're going to have Joey, and I like Boss Dog. I go with Boss Dog, and it's going to be a great show. So come and check it out, because it's going to be live, of course, on YouTube, on Rumble, and also on Instagram. It is.
Wrestling turnbuckles or boxing turnbuckles?
Wrestling turnbuckles, of course. So we'll be going into more of that, and why, of course, they call the podcast Turnbuckles and Stogies and everything. And of course, come and check us out, because we'll be starting next week at 7, of course, PM Eastern. It'll be live. But yeah, so yes. Of course, who would you say at the moment, out of boutique cigars that you've smoked, you might put on a top 5 for boutique? Who would you reckon? You put? Fucking Matthew, tell you. Tell you.
Well,
tell you.
I mean,
tell you.
I mean, there's no way that, there's no way that, as far as my opinion, I mean, Belladama's going to be there somewhere. I mean, I can't guarantee where.
Yeah.
But Belladama's going to be there somewhere.
I can agree with that too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can,
No.
We've sampled the entire line.
Yeah.
And I don't know that, I don't know if there's a bad one in it.
I think Belladonna. I think straight there, right, with just 3 of them. Matthew, Foundation, of course. You with Belladonna. Then, of course, Crown Heads. Crown Heads make some great cigars. And you know something, that Series E, I've loved that. I've loved the Lost Angel that I had. They were the only cigars that I smoked Crown Heads. Because, of course, Crown Heads aren't really big in the UK. And I had them sent to me, but I enjoyed them. Now, you look, of course, at Foundation. I've had pretty much everything that Foundations have made. I enjoy the cigars. The different tasting cigars. But it's a hard one when you say foundation, because what would you put on? Would you put the tabernacle? Would you put the High Clare series? Would you put, of course, the Wise Man series? Would you put the Charter Oak series? What would you choose to put on that? And to me, that's
hold on. You just
it's
said
a hard one to work through.
We're not trying to get to the bottom of this list today, motherfucker.
No, but still, if we did,
See, this is what we're starting out.
Grump, I'm taking this power button off him so you can mute him. I tell you, he doesn't deserve the power. I tell you, power trip's going to his head. Going to his head, bro.
Listen,
tell you.
Listen. As my wife would say, listen, Linda.
Yeah, listen, Linda.
All right.
Yeah. And that's another thing. That's my mother-in-law's name, so I can't get away with that.
But no, like I just, there's so many good ones. It's gonna be difficult to narrow it down to 5. I popped up 2, because those are the things that are sitting here in front of me. But there's so many awesome boutique brands that we've smoked over the last year. Lure, fucking Church of Tobacco, fucking. Even the clown one, I can't remember.
Cigar Clown.
Cigar
Clown. Yeah, those were good. I just had another one of those the other day. That's a damn good cigar.
Yeah, but you look at Haze Grey. Haze Grey with what they've brought out.
Yeah, they also put out good cigars.
We've had a lot.
All these companies that we've had on that have talked to us. They make quality cigars. Gran Habano, another one.
Yeah.
And
I definitely say one.
Let me say one other. And let I want to apologize. But another one to throw into that is Silent Heroes, and the fact, and I want to say today, being Veterans Day and everything, that we're not overlooking that, and we're not omitting that, even though we haven't said anything about it yet. But I just want to say we do acknowledge that this is, for us anyway. I don't know what you all celebrate over there, but
they had Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
No, Remembrance Day was Sunday. Today,
I know. That's what I said.
Basically, the silence. So today, of course, was the minute silence. With being, of course, the 11th hour, the 11th minute, of course, the 11th day. So we had the minute silence, but Sunday, of course, was Remembrance Sunday that we had.
But that's just another one.
I said this to you earlier. Yeah, but I said this to you earlier when we spoke. Something to Bryce, to anyone that's served in the army, or of course, you look at the Air Force, you look, of course, at the Navy, whoever served in. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for what you've done for England. Thank you for what you've done for the United States to serve. And it's very hard with what we've seen in the country, what we've seen in America, what we've seen in England, and what our great-grandfathers, great-grandmothers, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, whatever, fought for us, for our rights, to see our rights being changed, to see where votes are being changed. And it's a hard one for me. And like I said to you, a 101-year-old man sitting on the news, and he was asked, what do you think of England?
Mm-hmm.
And he broke down in tears on what he thought of England.
Yeah.
Because this wasn't England, what he thought England was going to be when he went to World War I and World War II. Oh, brother. Well, I do when I think of America, but you're still under the King's rule. Next one.
Oh, here we go.
No, we broke that. Or at least
we go.
At least Papa
more tea in the fucking bay, man. I will.
At least Papa T's giving us the illusion that we've broke it anyway.
Yeah.
It's all still.
So,
may I ask you guys' opinion on the rules they are trying to pass here in the USA against cigars, like in California, Massachusetts, and Minnesota? Somebody missed an episode.
Would that be, man, that was generational tobacco ban?
And I think he's talking about like the bullshit with the
Oh, the wrappers and
the
stuff to attract
non-flavored
children
fucking
and all.
whiskey
Oh
and
yeah, that's
all that
nonsense
shit.
too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
all
People pulling
that's
out of California like a ghost on Barton and Tobacco Trust
yeah,
Yeah.
and everything. And yeah,
they pulling out of California
we
like there's a tsunami coming, man.
We hate all of it.
Yeah, totally
To
against
sum it up.
all that. Yeah,
it's crazy what they're trying to do when they're trying to change the wrappers and saying, well, you can't have this on a wrapper, like in Texas and stuff, different things. You can't have this band. It's got to be up here on this top shelf, and you can't have a Cookie Monster onto it. You can't have a
I gotta
cake
look up
onto it. You can't have this because it's
Massachusetts, though.
enticing kids and
Yeah.
different things. It's crazy. Then you look at taxis, different things. It's a hard one. And we've spoken about it, and you know something. No matter where you are, it's like last week when we were talking about generational tobacco bans, and we were talking about the Maldives. What's going on there? And
Oh yeah,
they're trying to do the same in England and different things. It's just crazy. But go on,
yeah,
Matthew.
yeah.
So yeah, Massachusetts is proposing a generational ban.
Yeah.
So that'll be, of course,
They're
2007.
trying it here.
2006.
Oh, they're going a
Even
year
younger.
younger. So they're going to 12. So basically 12 then. Anyone who's
That's-
12 is never going to be able to get tobacco products.
That's
Wow.
nuts.
Yeah, see that's you know,
I think it's 12, isn't it? I can't
And
think.
it's-
No, 2006 to now.
and the reason I mean,
is
well, and the reason
21.
why is even a deeper conspiracy.
21. Yeah, but hang on a
2006
minute,
to
if
now
it's
is
21.
21.
Yeah, but if it's 21 and they're on
They're
about bringing
saying-
a generational
I'll
tobacco
say
ban.
19. So he's saying anybody 19 and younger will never be old enough.
Yeah, which is understandable because if it's 21, of course, the legal age in the United States is 21. So it would have
Yeah.
to be as if they're bringing in a generational tobacco ban. They would have to see, well, if you're 21, we're going to put the age to 22, so you're never going to catch it up because you're going to be a year behind. And this is the thing with the
Right.
whole generational tobacco ban is anyone born after 2007 is never going to catch up. So, of course, my daughter and my son, with them being born 2012 and 2013, they're never going to be able to catch the year up because over here, at the moment, the legal age is 18. Then they'll put it to 19 and so forth. So, like DA said here, 19. So 19, they're never going to catch that age up now, if that's the case. And we spoke about that last week on the podcast. And DA, I do apologise, but if you want to go and have a look, of course, go have a look at last week's. And we went over that information. And it's going to be in the news quite a bit because India are trying to do it, England are trying to do it, certain states in America are trying to do it. New Zealand did it. New Zealand pulled it back. Why? Like we said on the podcast last week, taxis, black market issues, different things. That's why they pulled it. And you know something?
Yeah.
They'll do it in the States. They'll do it in England. They'll see that the taxis have dropped on what they charge on tobacco. They'll try and charge you next on alcohol and put alcohol through the roof. They'll drop that back to normal. And then it's a case of the black market will be populated with tobacco products from vapes, cigarettes to cigars. And they'll have to go, you know what, we need to recontrol it. And this is the thing. And I'll check out last week's show. I was hunting last week. All right, okay, cool, bro.
You'll
Okay,
have to you'll
great
have to
time
get
at hunting.
big
I do.
you'll have to get big
But yeah.
pharma's money out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
Well, as we were saying about that, about who we'd have, I think one of mine is that I would definitely say I'd have on that list. And I know, of course, last year we gave him number one cigar of the year, and that's West Hamper. And I've been enjoying that circle of life, brothers. I've really enjoyed that circle of life. And of course, the Devil's Crab's coming to the UK. I haven't yet to try that Devil's Crab. So I'm looking forward to trying that. And it's going to be a hard one because as much as I like the white, the black, and the red being my favourite, if I was to say cigars now, it'd be Circle of Life, the red, the black, the white. Now, where that Devil's Crab sits, who knows? And of course, we're not going to get the other cigar yet that he's done, of course, with the Rolex cigar cutter. That one I should imagine maybe next year coming out. I'm not too sure. I need to go and speak to Sam and see what the importer said too.
So the only 2 cigars I've had of theirs were the Circle of Life and the Attic series.
Oops.
And I just ashed all over my fucking self.
Hate it when that happens.
And then I'm a mess
Rookie
today.
mistake.
And I think the only, it's so hard for me to like pick one of those 2. I thought they were both like equally good, but I haven't had like the red or the black yet, because they're not easy to get around me for some reason.
What?
Yeah. You know something? If I went through a lot of them from companies, Sinistro Cigars make some great cigars, and I enjoyed, of course, the Last Cowboy that I smoked. If you look at Protocol cigars, they're Protocol Red, of course, the Lawman series, other great cigars. There's a load, and you know something? They don't have to be like new boutique cigar companies. They could be that you smoked them a couple of years ago, boutique-wise, and you've tried them again. It's a hard one. Now, where would you say on
Stop talking about your
legacy?
Yeah.
Where would you say on legacy? Because I know one of mine straight away is going to be Drew Estate. I know straight away it's going to be Drew Estate. One of mine.
Yeah.
Man,
it's a nice choice. Was between this and the M81 Double Corona. So, I'm with you on the Drew Estate. I love so many different Drew Estate cigars. I couldn't leave them off here. I would like to see, obviously the one everybody thinks I'm going to say.
Well, of course.
AJ Fernandez.
Not to be fucking predictable, but I mean, everything that dude touches, I love. So.
Then that's the thing. I mean, he's touched so much across several different brands that it would be hard to do a top 5 on either side of the fence without getting something he's had his hands in. I mean, that's just facts. That's just the way the business is.
And then I have I have my other brands that I like that, outside of AJ's realm, I love Punch cigars. I think Punch makes great cigars. I even occasionally like some Rocky Patel, but only certain ones.
It's something.
Alec Bradley makes fantastic cigars.
Yeah, it's where I sit hard. If we were to put Punch on,
it's like you're fucking.
We'd have to say, look, this is basically Punch just for the American market. It's not Punch Cuban,
right?
Because you got to think, of course, it's not going to be Punch Cuban. So that's what we'd have to say and put it on the list. As it's Punch USA bound.
Yeah, New World Punch. I definitely, one of my favorite dailies is that Punch London Club, which is like a Corona essentially. It's it's like 5 by 38 or something like that. It's a great little cigar, and it's like perfect because I can smoke it in less than an hour, and it gives me everything I want out of a good, Maduro wrapper cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Is it special? Size. No.
Yeah, but it's a perfect size cigar. I mean,
exactly. And then they every year they come out with the Year of the Dragon stuff, or not Year of the Dragon, but the Chinese New Year cigar. Those are always fantastic. I always smoke at least a couple of those. I sometimes will try to get the Father's Day one that they put out, which those are hit and miss in my book. But it's hard. And then Alec Bradley
it'd be the Year of the Horse, won't it?
This year,
the Year of the Horse this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious what
Because-
they do. They'll bring it out early next year, like February. I think they bring
I'm
it out.
surprised
I
they're going to be
usually don't
bringing it.
end up with it.
It's crazy. It's crazy as to bring it up. Then when you look at Percentia, and they've already done the horse, and he's already out in the market, and that leads me into my next one. I'd put Percentia on that list because I do enjoy Percentia cigars. Arturo Fuente. I'd put Arturo Fuente on that list. I would. Because I've enjoyed a lot of Arturo Fuente. 858. I enjoy. Of course, I've had a lot. The Hemingway. Of course, some of the Opus X's that I've smoked. Ring of Fire. There's a lot. Not Ring of Fire, sorry. God of Fire. God of Fire. Ring of Fire, I'm thinking of Johnny Cash. I fell into the burning ring of fire. Yeah.
Down, 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 and the flames went high.
Please, just think about him.
And it burns, burns, burns.
The Ring of Fire.
That's
The
one of
Ring
those
of Fire.
songs. See, you just brought up a fun topic that we should touch on some point. That's one of them songs that there's a fantastic cover of by the punk band Social Distortion. It's not better than the original, but it is on par, in my opinion.
You know something that's going to be... We'll go into that in a minute. Because you know something, we always talk about music and different things, and was the original version better than the new version, or is the new version better than the original version? But who would you say, Grump, out of your legacy? Who would you put down on legacy brands? Who would you choose?
Well, I would probably be the odd duck. I mean, because I like a lot of the different Gurkha, but there's a lot of Gurkhas that I really don't care for. On the other hand of that, but that Black Dragon is just, the Black Dragon is that is just that's a smooth operator right there as far as being, if you could pick a cigar that's like right down your alley. But then on the other hand, they've got some that, I wouldn't walk across the street for. But then again, you got Fuente. Of course, I like the 858s and the curly heads, but I'm more fond of the Candela wrapper as far as the Fuentes go. But yeah, I mean, man, it's hard to say there, because that's like with the others. There's so many. I mean, I don't get my hands on Placencia that much, but when I do, it's always a good smoke. It's always enjoyable.
Yep.
But yeah, that Black Dragon for me, man, would probably be one of the better that I've had recently, because I've been off into either the boutique or the budget line. When you don't get into the legacy brands much when you're getting into holiday seasons, you're watching your budget, you're trying to stretch the dollars. Everybody's been feeling that. So, I've not been bougie with my cigars. I've grabbed what I could, but there's a lot to choose from. But yeah, that Black Dragon is what's done it for me so far.
You know something? I'm looking forward to when we sit and we get this ironed out. And like I say, it's going to be at the end of the month that you can come and catch our list. And of course, it's going to be 5 boutique, 5 legacy or premium, however you want to put it. And we will be doing it. So you want to come and check that out, you do. But yeah, so of course, What do you reckon then on originals versus remakes on music? So one of the songs that I've been listening to at the moment is Cold Chamber. Of course, Monkey. And you know something, if you look at that song, Shot the Monkey, then you look and you see him in the video, it's great. But then you listen to Peter Gabriel, and just his vocals alone, it's like, I've got to say the original. I like the original. But where would you stand on different people that have done these remakes, Grump? Like, there's Fleetwood Mac songs now that are being covered by various bands. Led Zeppelin, of course, have been covered by some other bands. Then you look at Metallica when they did a covers album, and they did, of course, Black Sabbath in there. They did, of course, Queen with Stone Cold Crazy and different ones. Where would you sit on your line of original every day, or yeah, some remakes are okay?
My first my first thing that would pop out, being from the generation I'm from, you know, you I know a lot of people imitate out of flattery, respect, honor,
Yep.
memorialize, whatever you want to call it, whatever words you want to use it, in there. And I understand that. But when you hear that original and that's what you've grown up with and that's what you've heard, if somebody can't pull it off, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Absolutely.
One of the first, now with this AI stuff, I don't know if any of that's involved or not, but there's this kid on TikTok, and he throws like a classic jazz or southern blues and stuff like that. But then he does Skinner, covers of a lot of Skinner songs. What would it sound like in Delta blues? And this kid rips it, man. I mean, he makes them sound. And I'm a Skinner fan, man. I was there when, in the early 70s. That was my jam. But he makes it rip. But the first cover that I heard, and I've heard a lot of them, but the first jam that I heard where the alternative artist did it as well or better than the original was when Lenny Kravitz did American Woman.
American Woman.
He
Stay away from
slammed,
me.
Yeah, he slammed that one, man. I mean, that was one of the best covers. That was one of the earliest covers that I heard that I said, that dude laid it out there, man. But there's a lot of people that are doing it. I just don't know if they're doing it natural talent or if they have AI-generated help.
There is a song that I like, and it's My Heart Gently Weeps. I absolutely love the song. But if you go on YouTube and you search the song, it's when you've got the lead singer of EAL, you've got Tom Petty, and you've got Prince playing the guitar, and how he shreds that guitar at the end. It's bang on for the buck. It's brilliant. When you think of who's done that song there, I like that more than the original. And this is the thing. It's so hard because Fleetwood Mac, The Chain, I absolutely love the original. But there's a band that covered it, and they hit every single note, and even the bass, doom, 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 they even hit that bang on. And it's crazy, but you can tell it's different. It's more high-paced, more high-tempo than, of course, Fleetwood Mac. And you know the difference because of Lindsey Buckingham playing that guitar. Wow, 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 and how he's going, it's just crazy. It is.
Well, let me say before it leaves me,
Oh, see, you were talking about "While My Guitar Gently Weeps." Sorry, threw me off. Okay,
Yeah, but
a Beatles song.
yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
No, another one. Now another one, and simply that to me, this simply because this one was. I mean, I crushed on this one. Still, and she's 73 years old, and still, vocal powerhouse. But when Ann Wilson did Stairway to Heaven,
Mm.
and Jason Bonham was
True.
playing the drums, you know, Page and Plant and them they sitting sitting up there in the
Got
balcony,
the old
man.
tears.
Oh
Yeah.
man, holding back the tears. And like I said, I've crushed on her. I've crushed on her since the 70s, man. That was my older woman crush all my life,
Grump,
and
Did you ever check out the song she did with Disturbed that I told you to check out?
yeah, yeah,
what a
yeah.
song that is as
That
well.
was, and that's what I'm saying, man. Even at her older years, man, she's still, you know, she's still laying it out there. And that was, like I said, man, and Ann Wilson. That's been my, you know, even through the Cher years and all of that, man. Ann Wilson was always,
Yeah.
Linda Ronstadt, you know, even through those years when they were all coming up and doing their things and all that, man, it was always Ann Wilson, man. I just couldn't, that voice.
What about you, Matthew?
Just.
So there's a handful that I really appreciate. The biggest one would be "Hurt," a Nine Inch Nails song sung by Johnny Cash in his final album.
Oops.
You know, it is so beautiful and haunting. I believe Trent Reznor even came out and said, "That's not even my song anymore. That's his now."
Johnny Cash died, didn't he, about a week after doing that song?
Shortly after he released it. Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't long after he released it till he was gone.
And then there's some other really fun ones like you talking about Phil Collins. You're talking about Genesis. Phil Collins, "In the Air Tonight." Nonpoint did a fantastic hard rock / metal version of that song.
But didn't you think there's that song fitted Miami Vice when it was in Miami Vice?
Oh yeah.
And the scene in Miami Vice where it was. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was. And I enjoyed Nonpoint's version of that.
The thing about it is they're both versions are so powerful.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. And it's like, they're just different sides of the coin, really, on stuff like that. It's hard for me to say any cover is better than the original, except maybe Disturbed's "Sound of Silence."
You know something? That song, as much as I like Garfunkel, Disturbed's version of it, and it brings up some hate, that song, because it was Nick's funeral song, and you know how much Nick meant to me. And hearing that when his coffin was going down and the words and it's just like, damn, that brother of mine and that friend of mine was going through some dark shit that he just couldn't tell me. And it's powerful. Even the dance remake of it is a great song, and it's still Disturbed, but it's been hyped up with a bit of dance music. And
now I gotta go search for that.
they did it. They pulled it out, and this is the thing. You think of Disturbed, right? Disturbed have made some really great remakes of songs, and I think, near enough, every album except for the new ones now, even if you look, Land of Confusion, Genesis, Disturbed covered. What a great bloody remake of that!
Shout 2000.
And they've done a lot. Yeah, Shout, of course, Tears for Fears.
Land of Confusion's an old one, man.
Yeah. Shout, let it all out. But when you hear Disturbed sing it, and he gets it out, shout, and he's really getting them words out. It's like, damn, this brother can sing. Dang, he can
he's
sing.
got some power in his voice.
And
Yeah.
oh yeah, he has. But
Politically, people get a little pissy with him, but you can't deny his voice.
I know his political views are a bit out there, aren't they? But what do you reckon, of course, of? And you know where I'm going to go. Chris Jericho, Fozzy, doing Crazy Train.
I like Fozzy.
They did a version of Crazy
deal.
Train after Ozzy passed.
I've never heard that, but I have often thought when listening to Fozzy that he sounds a bit like Ozzy. His intonation.
Mm-hmm.
He's not as talented singing voice-wise, but he has a little bit of that same kind of tonal quality to his voice.
Well, have you seen the song that they're using for War Games?
Mm-mm.
So War Games, of course, wrestling. For anyone who's into wrestling, War Games is going to be, of course, Survivor Series War Games, and they're using War Pigs. Now, War Pigs, of course, originally was Black Sabbath, but when Ozzy was in his final stages, of course, and we know he passed, he did a remake of it with Judas Priest. So Judas Priest sung so many verses, and Ozzy sung, and to be honest with you, it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
Do I like it? I'm still sitting on the fence with it. I'm sitting on the fence with it. I do like Judas Priest. Turbo Lover, of course. Basically, there's a shitload of this that I like. I do like Judas Priest.
Yeah, all great
Black
music.
Sabbath. I'm a big Black Sabbath fan. And I mean a big Black Sabbath fan. I'm a big Ozzy fan.
Yeah. First concert I ever went to.
Yeah. I'm sitting on the fence on this song. I've got to listen to it more. And I have. You know something? We've lost. What a fucking year when you think of who we've lost. Ozzy. Ace, of course, from Kiss. We've lost the bassist, of course, from Limp Bizkit, and Limp Bizkit, of course, are going to be the headliner at Download next year, as well as Guns N' Roses and Linkin Park. Linkin Park, to me now, I fucking hate the band. And I hate the band. Chester was the best thing about that band, and when Chester died, what a fucking crock of shit that band is now. And especially if they got singing. When she's involved with the Church of Scientology. And that's all I'm going to fucking say on that one. It is. That's all I'm going to say on that fucking one. It is. But what do you reckon? What do you reckon, of course, of the Rock Hall of Fame? He's just been introduced in, of course, the Hall of Fame of Rock. That was over the weekend. So, of course, you had Bad Company, Grump. Bad Company. They were in the Hall of Fame.
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, you know,
they make some great music.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was kind of a. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who got the upgrade in that deal. You know, from free to Bad Company. I'm not sure who got the upgrade in that deal, but you know, it was good. It was good both. You know.
Yeah, I caught Paul Rogers' introduction.
Yeah.
And Paul was talking, and he goes, I was sitting in the classroom, he goes, and my school teacher was like, kids, look through the window. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to either be working in a factory or you're going to be in a deadbeat job. And Paul sat there, and he listened to music, and he opened his eyes up. And in himself, he's like, I ain't going to do that. I'm going to do music. And then 60 plus years of music.
You know,
what great music he's made.
And there was a time period back through there too when you look at some of the old AC/DC footage with Bon Scott, Paul Rogers. There was that period of time there. Paul Rogers kind of favored, they kind of favored each other. That the mannerisms were, kind of
But wasn't the rumor this Paul Rogers supposed to have been joining before? Of course, they took on of course, as we all know, Brian Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
One day rumored is it should have been, of course, Paul Rogers that I heard on the grapevine.
He probably could have. I mean, I don't know if it would have been. I mean, because Brian Johnson, he's not Bon Scott, but but when he came in there though, he took bull by the horns and
Yeah.
and kept that same tempo, that same rhythm, that same. I mean, if you didn't, not a
Just
lot
look
of
at the
people know that Back in Black was where the switch was even made.
Back and Black.
A lot
I
of
was just about
people,
to say that.
a lot of people don't even know that. A lot
But
of people,
the
because it
rumor
was such
was,
a smooth. It was so smooth though. When
Yep.
the old AC/DC, and then when Back in Black hit it, I mean, it was still that same drive, that same groove, that same vocal power in there. A lot of
you
people
could tell the
never
difference.
even. A lot of people, you could tell the difference, but a lot of people
A
never
lot of people,
really, you know.
yeah. And something. I'll admit it. There's my stepfather, of course, had AC/DC on CD at the time. It wasn't on vinyl that he had. And I was listening to Howl's Bells, Whole Lot of Rosie, then Back in Black, Give a Dog a Bone, TNT, Thunderstruck. And I'm like, dang, this is a great band. And then when I started diving in, and I found out about Bon Scott and what tragically happened to him, of course, down in the car
Yeah,
and everything. And then, of course, Brian Johnson coming in. Then reading Brian Johnson's book of where he started to then joining AC/DC to then later on down the line with his hearing health and how then, of course, we know there's Axl joined from Guns N' Roses and he finished the dates off then for Brian Johnson to come back. And, of course, they've done the Power Trip now. And they're still touring. Of course, they're in Australia at the moment doing the Power.
yeah,
I like AC/DC, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy AC/DC. And this is the thing, there's so many music bands out there. And you're always sitting and you're going, who's the next? Who's the next?
Well,
And to me, with AC/DC, drummer-wise, Paul Rudd's always been a great drummer. You look at bassist, Cliff, always been a great bassist. Now, they've got legal issues. Cliff isn't touring at the moment. Paul Rudd can't tour because of legal issues. So you look at the band now, of course, you've got Angus, you've got Brian. You've got, of course, the nephew that stepped in because, of course, we know Malcolm passed away and everything.
right,
And
right.
that's it. That's a weird setup. But you know something, you listen to the music, you wouldn't think it's changed. And Brian Johnson can still give a tune, even in his old age, he can still give a fucking tune and get up on that stage and give
Yeah,
some.
I mean, you can tell that there's notes that you don't hit anymore, and you realize it, so you don't try it. You kind of tone things down where you can keep the voice smooth and keep the rock to it. He realizes that. He there's things he don't try to hit, but now because, like you said, man, we ain't getting any younger. But when you look at bands, though, I mean, and you say who's next? Well, I don't like. I mean, we know, we know that we're not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering because I mean, you got Willie, 92, 93 now. I'm still trying to get on. I'm still trying to get an invite to have a cigar with him on the bus in case any of y'all out there might know somebody. I still want to have a cigar with Willie on the bus, But then you look at the Stones, man.
I think I would die if I got on the bus with Willie.
Well, hey, it's a bucket list. It might,
Willie and Snoop Dogg together. Oh yeah,
Either
Willie and Snoop
one,
Dogg
either
together.
or both. Yeah, either or both. I'm not picky. I take an invite to either camp. I'm not picky. I'll just tell
No,
you.
but you
But
just said there, Rolling Stones. You look at
Rolling
Keith Richards.
Stones, man, look at all them. Look,
How the friggin' has Keith Richards still going? He looks younger as the day goes on.
exactly, man. You tell me, you tell me Keith ain't got the secret. I mean,
that man is chemically preserved.
I think
Somebody,
I think he was walking around with Methuselah.
He's
You know,
naturally embalmed.
I think
have you
so.
heard, have you heard what somebody said? Every time somebody dies out of the music industry, it's just like watching Highlander when the head's chopped off and Keith Richards is sucking the soul of him, and that's how he's getting younger.
There can be only one.
There can only be one. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
It's crazy how somebody put that out.
yeah, but
I am
and
immortal.
and then you have, like you said, all the ones that are gone.
Mm.
I still often wonder, what would Skinner have been if it hadn't have been for that plane crash in '77?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would they have been
Love it.
if they would have
Oh, yeah.
still been going today, or would they have still been going today? I
Have
mean,
you,
well, they're
have you
all
had the new
gone
music
now,
that?
but I mean, you know what
Have
I'm
you had the
saying,
new?
though.
Yeah. Have you had
If
the new
that would've-
remakes of Creedence?
Mm-mm.
Oh, brother. How he's still singing at this day and age, and how old he is.
Oh, Fogerty,
And he's, yeah,
John Fogerty.
dang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
you want
still.
to hear some of that? You want to hear some of the remakes of the original songs? It's like, dang.
Yeah, he's still
Oof.
he's still fairly point on
Mm.
as far as he looks older, but he's still got a
Mm.
good sound.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon then? Of course, talking of the Rock Hall of Fame, like I said to you, of course, Bad Company, Soundgarden, Chris Cornell, Soundgarden, they were inducted. I enjoy Chris Cornell's music. I enjoy Soundgarden. Of course,
Yeah.
Black Hole Sun, Found Black Days, a lot of great music. Black Rain, of course, what they did. They did a lot of great music. Now, you look at Chris Cornell and his solo career. He made some great songs. He made a cover, Billie Jean. What a great different version of that compared to Michael Jackson's version.
Yeah.
Then, of course, you got Outkast. Of course, R&B rap. And Outkast made some great music. I like some of Outkast. AR,
Hey,
course.
yeah.
Yeah, Rosie's. Like your shit don't stink. Yep, that one. Of course, hey, Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson was a great song that they did.
Can't take him
Then you
nowhere.
look, of course, from there. What about White Stripes? I sit hard on White Stripes because,
Alright.
yeah, I really sit hard on
White
White Stripes.
Stripes. White Stripes. So it's tough because Jack White is phenomenal, and his stuff on his own is really good.
Yeah,
The White Stripes is a very unique, very niche sort of sound that worked in exactly the time that they were there.
yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Late
And-
90s, early 2000s wanted. White
Yeah,
Stripes took
yeah,
off.
and I think everything he's done since the White Stripes has been better. But
Well, White Stripes,
it's hard
White
to
Stripes anyway. It's his wife, isn't it, on the drums?
no.
I never realized it was his wife.
So they came out. They said they were brother and sister, but they weren't.
Right.
What was the story? I fucking can't remember now. Now I'm looking it up.
Hey,
I
DEA,
can't.
that was Artemis Pyle, the drummer, man. That wasn't Rosington. That was
Yeah.
Artemis Pyle. That was the drummer. Yeah, he
Ace support
survived
you,
and
of
went to a
course.
nearby farm. Dude thought he was some crazy hippie and shot at him. Yeah,
Of course, he survived the crash and walked to a new farm and was shot by the farmer for trying. And then, of
yeah.
course, the Ace just put he told the story on Joe
Are you
Rogan. It
good?
was crazy. And then
Yeah,
he just put, of
yeah.
course,
Of course, he's took a
okay, my
lot of,
bad, sorry.
I like to, yeah, you fine, man. I just like to let them all, I mean, do I like, you know, I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those guys that people throw rocks at because, you know, I remember the original, you know, coming up from the 70s, and I'm one of those guys that says it was a cover band, you know. The 10-year revival tour or whatever that was that they started, 10 years later, that was a good thing for memories and stuff like that. But when it continued on and they picked it all back up and took off, it was never the
Yep.
same. And I always said that it was one of the better cover bands there ever was, you know. And I've took heat for that ever since. I think a lot of things were kept going for money. That's another
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, for educational entertainment only. But that's just a personal opinion.
So
Nope, I
I
agree
think
with you.
a lot of people
I
do a
agree with you
lot of
there.
things, to keep things going.
yeah,
And
I don't
and
disagree with any of that, brother.
I mean, that was just heartfelt because, like I said, I'll come out of there. That was my jam, man. Those dudes, you know, you show me somebody else. You show me somebody else that can do like Billy Powell, man. Show me somebody else that can bend keys in a rock and roll environment like he did. And they walked
But
in and caught him playing the Freebird deal, while they were all taking a break and stuff. Nobody ever knew that he was trained as a classical pianist,
yeah, but you
however
say
you
there,
want to
Grump,
say it,
right? You
you know.
say there, right, about doing that revival and doing that, and
Yeah,
it's like a cover band. Look at Foreigner and that old
hmm
bullshit. Of course, he left. They found a new singer. He took over, singing the same songs. Of course, urgent and different
yeah,
ones. Of course, White Boy and certain ones. Now he stepped down, and they're gonna have another singer in there. It's like you're just trying to make money now off the Foreigner name, and you can't beat the original Foreigner. And I'm a big Foreigner fan, and I'll admit I've got Foreigner. I've got their albums on vinyl. I'm a big Foreigner fan. I like original Foreigner.
Hmm.
I don't like Foreigner now. I don't like that
no,
of making money off the name. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, how do you separate that from, say, Van Halen, who had, David Lee Roth, then Van Hagar, then
yeah,
I mean, it's not
And then David Lee Roth
necessarily
again.
the singer. The singer does not always necessarily make the band, especially with I will say, especially with band like Foreigner, where the singer he had a great voice, but it wasn't anything like unique.
didn't
Brother,
stand out.
go and check out his solo song that he did for the Lost Boys.
Oh, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't
Yep.
I'm not saying he's not a good singer. I'm just saying his voice isn't unique. Like it's shocking that AC/DC was able to find another guy that could come in
Yep.
and sound just like Bon Scott.
Yeah,
What about
You know
Janie
what
then?
I mean?
What about Janie?
Journey again. That is similar in that way, honestly, because his voice is really unique, and they found some other random dude, Asian
yeah,
dude, who's like 20 something when he joined the band,
yeah,
and he could wail just like him.
yeah,
Is
Yep.
incredible.
yeah,
And that, like, to me, it's hard on that one's hard because I never got into anything they did after that, but
Yeah,
I would go see them because he sings these old songs almost as good as the original.
Yeah, my uncle likes, of course,
There you go.
original Journey. He likes, of course, Journey with, of course, the Asian singer. Now, where do you sit on Black Sabbath? Because you just said about Van Halen, of course, going from David
Yeah.
to Sammy, back to David. What about, of course,
Well, I was
Black
lucky
Sabbath?
enough to
Ozzy
see Black
with Dio?
Sabbath with Ozzy and Black Sabbath with Dio, and they were both fucking amazing shows. They were both incredible.
Well, do you like original
It's a
or Dio?
different style. It's almost like a different band. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The music is vastly different with Ozzy than it was with Dio. It's a little
So
bit more modern sounding. It's more up
Yep.
pace. You know, the old stuff is like that sludge stoner rock stuff. You know.
What made
Did he-
metal?
Well,
What
yeah,
made
sludge
metal?
stoner metal. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, though. I mean,
Sludge.
yeah, sludge. Yeah.
Hey, just because
Brother.
our stuff made you feel like you was
Brother.
walking through wet concrete, don't mean you can
That's-
call our music sludge, man.
I'm not
Brother.
saying it's bad.
I mean,
That's a
you
good
know.
thing.
Come on.
I tell you
Come
what,
on, think of the
Grump, I
song
think
Sweet
we're
Leaf.
gonna have. I think we're
See?
gonna have to have a vote after, brother. If Matthew's coming back next week, or we're gonna pull out one of these new podcast ghosts. Tell you,
I'm
tell you,
telling
calling
you.
it sludge.
6 or
Fucking hell,
7. 6
I
or
didn't
7.
make that term up. I didn't make it up. I just report as I know.
But like you just said there, of course, with Dio, it sounded more there
Who?
Yeah.
and changed. Would you say that then about Van Halen when you've got, of course, David Lee Roth with Hot for Teacher, of course, Eruption. Then you look, of course, at Jump, and certain ones are theirs. Then you look at Sammy coming in, and of course, Pound Cake. You look at Black and Blue, different songs that they did, to then Davey coming back. Then, of course, on bass, you had Beethoven, of course, Eddie's son. And then you look at Tattoo, what they did, and the other songs.
Wolfgang, not
that-
Beethoven.
Well, Wolfgang Beethoven Van Halen. That's his name. Wolfgang Beethoven Van Halen. But what do you reckon about that? Do you reckon there's, when David Lee Roth came back, they got the original kind of sound, or do you reckon it was past it? Because to me, as much as I like David Lee Roth with Van Halen, I like Sammy Hagar with Van Halen, and I like Sammy Hagar's solo stuff, to then Chicken Foot, which was his other band, and then his new band that they've done.
Yeah.
They make some great songs. And even listening to Sammy Hagar singing The Seventh Seal again with a different band was great. You've only got to look. Human Nature used a tornado. What a great song. We're just humans, human beings. That's what makes us human beings. It was great, and it stuck. It did. It was a great song. Great music video as well, when you think of it.
I tell you, like, the thing about it is, with Van Halen found somehow two of the most, like, just charismatic frontmen to ever do it, with David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar. They're totally different styles, but they are so, you know, they just catch you with their style, with their music, with their voice, with their attitude. I love Sammy Hagar. I saw him live a while back. You know, I don't like David Lee Roth at all. I hate that motherfucker. He's such an obnoxious prick.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, for
But
entertainment purposes only.
I do like his music with Van Halen. So I can't, you know, I can't say he's not
Don't
a
get me
good
wrong.
singer. But
Yankee Rose that he did. I didn't mind Yankee Rose. It was a good song. his other stuff, it didn't kind of catch on with me. Now, Sammy's solo stuff, Hands and Knees, of course, certain ones of his hit me, but
I can't
when you look,
drive 55.
yep,
Yeah.
I can't drive 55. But you look at when he was in Van Halen and what he did with Van Halen, he brought that different kind of tone. Look at Amsterdam that they did. That was a great song, great music video. In You know something, it's a shame to see where Van Halen went, and then Eddie and Sammy falling out, losing that friendship. Then, of course, David Lee Roth coming back, and then, of course, Eddie passing. Now, his son, of course, Wolfgang, he's made some great music. And you've only got to look at him when he plays guitar and he can play bass. He's got some talent.
He literally writes, records every single instrument, all the vocals on all of his albums by himself. He's by himself in the studio, and then he has a band that tours with him.
So what do you reckon?
He is so freaking talented.
What do you reckon?
And his music's really good.
What do you reckon of the original changes by, of course, Ozzy and Black Sabbath to then Youngblood singing it?
I really like Youngblood. Now that he's kind of embraced rock more. That story is interesting because he was doing a video for one of his songs, and he was like, I got this crazy idea. I want Ozzy and Sharon to come run me over in their car.
And he was friends with Kelly.
Yeah. And then that happened, and just Ozzy and him just became the closest friends after that. And it's such a cool story, and it really has helped him really kind of change helped him evolve. And I think he can do it. He reminds me of Mick Jagger a lot. He's got the same body build. Like, there's nothing to him. A strong
Mick
wind
Jagger, and also
through the room.
He also reminds me as well of Jim Morrison from The Doors. Kind of swagger as well as how he is.
Yeah, and he's got that grit to his voice that really works. I like him. I think he can really do something interesting and unique. I don't know a ton of his music outside of like the recent stuff, but
you already sung with Aerosmith. What you just done?
Yeah, I heard that one a bunch now, and it's really good.
What do you reckon of that?
It's really good. Steven Tyler still sounds like Steven Tyler. It's fucking weird. That dude looks like he's about to die any second now, but he still sounds incredible.
Yeah.
You know why he's still alive, don't you? You know why he's still alive?
Hanging out with Keith Richards, maybe? I don't know.
No, he smokes cigars. That's why he's still alive.
It's that magic cure, baby.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, must be what's keeping me alive.
It's more beneficial than you were told it was. Yeah, it's far more beneficial than you were told it was. I won't say I condone it, but I will say there's benefits that we were told, that we were lied to about.
And that's the thing. We don't condone smoking. We don't. And that's the thing. But when you look at, of course, research, different things.
We don't condone underage smoking.
Well,
no, and we don't encourage underage drinking either. But you know something, you look how music's changed. Now, when you look at changes to what Youngblood did, also Fred Durst did a version of it. That he was sitting in a recording studio, and I like his version of it. But you know something, you can only find it on YouTube, and it's a great version that Fred Durst did. I like Limp Bizkit. I hope.
What song are we talking about?
Changes. They did a version of Changes.
Oh, yeah. They did one. I tell you, One of the more fun songs I saw that came out of that tribute was Jack Black
Yep.
with all those kids. They
Yep.
did. I can't remember what song they did. Did they do
Crazy
Warface?
Train.
Crazy Train. That's
Crazy
what it
Train.
was. It was a fun cover. He has such a cool voice. It worked really well, you know. And those kids were all like rock stars kids.
Yep. What do you reckon about
I can't
Tobias then?
remember who.
What do you reckon about Tobias from Ghost?
Well, I have opinions about Ghost.
Yeah, but what do you reckon about their remakes? Of course, they did Shakespeare's Sister. They did one of their songs.
Yeah,
They did Stay.
I like
And
their sound a lot, but they're too
what did you reckon of
Satan-y
him
for
at
me.
Ozzy? Yeah, but what did you reckon of him at Ozzy's farewell concert when he was singing? Did you reckon
I
he
don't
did
think I
Ozzy
saw it.
good? Didn't you?
I don't think I saw that. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I saw that. What did you think of it? You're the Ozzy expert here.
I enjoyed it. You know something? A lot of the bands that were there did Ozzy really good. Tool. I'm a Tool fan. I like Tool. And they did some good versions of Ozzy's songs. You look at the mega bands that were together. Of course, you mentioned Steve Tyler. Great. But you know something? I heard today, by looking on Facebook actually, there's Zach Wilder spoke. And Zach Wilder said there's him and Ozzy were in talks to do a new studio album.
Oh, wow.
And dang. I'm so upset because they did say there's Ozzy being in studio with Andrew White. He made some more music, and there is an album in production that's going to come out. Now, of course, we know that his book came out, Last Rites, great book, and that, of course, documents his time of going through all the operations up until the day he died. And of course, the book was finally finished the day before he passed. It's an upsetting book. It's a moving book. But then you look at music that he's done, and Ozzy was never much for his earlier stuff. Ozzy hated his earlier stuff. It was all his later stuff, of course, Ordinary Man album, and certain ones, Patient Number 9, that he enjoyed the most. He said his earlier stuff just sounded like it wasn't him. And that's because of the drugs and the alcohol that he was on. But you look at The Ultimate Sin, Shot in the Dark. You look, of course, at No More Tears, with No More Tears on it. Of course, you look at, No Rest for the Wicked. You look at a lot of his songs. You look, of course, at Diary of a Madman, with Diary of a Madman on it. You look, of course, at Bark at the Moon on it. You look, of course, at Blizzard of Oz, with Suicide Solution, Blizzard of Oz, Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley. He made a lot of great music, as he did. Some of his other songs, when he changed in genre, of course, Mr. Tinker Train, Miracle Man. You look at that Miracle Man and you see Geezer on the bass, sack. Fucking hell. And he's had some great talent when you think of guitarists. Randy Rhoads, Jake E. Lee, Zach Wilder. You look at bassists that he's had. Robert Chalilo, and where Robert Chalilo's now, with Metallica. Look at his drummer that he had in Faith No More. He's had some great musicians that he had play with him, and great music that they've done. You can't fault him. Iron Maiden, fuck me. Iron Maiden shite. I don't like Iron Maiden. I'm not an Iron Maiden fan.
Who said Iron Maiden?
Really?
Me.
I
got a big thing with Iron Maiden. You know something? Bruce Dickinson, I give him the fact he can sing. He's made some great music. But he's so much of a big head, and what he's done to Sharon and what he's done to Ozzy. And the later albums that he's done, I just don't like their music. Don't get me wrong, the beer is good. I'll have the beer. I just don't like Iron Maiden's music at the moment.
That's fair,
anymore.
I guess. I don't mind their music.
I used to be.
I'm not huge on either of the old school English metal bands you've listed tonight, other than Ozzy. Not big on Judas Priest, not big on Iron Maiden.
Mm.
They're both very good bands. They both have a lot of talent. They both have a good, unique sound, but neither of them are things I listen to very often.
Right. So, my next one for you. Name me 5 British heavy rock bands. And you can't have the ones I've just said.
Okay.
Why would I
Let's
do that?
see. Bullet for My Valentine.
Mhm.
Does the
Even though they're
Clash
Welsh.
count as hard rock?
Yeah, you can have Clash if you want. It's classed as
Yeah,
rock.
you could.
It is classed as rock.
Let's see. I'm thinking too new. You know what I mean? There's a lot of newer bands that are British that are metal or heavy. 5.
Okay,
I
give
don't know
me
if I
3.
can think
Give me
of
3.
5.
Give me 3.
Well, that helps. I mean, at least you're being realistic.
I mean, there's a lot.
Give me
Like
3.
it's funny. I'm like just fucking blanking is my problem.
There you go.
Do you like
Mike Fry.
Do you like Skindred?
Def Leppard.
Yeah, Def Leppard. Do you like Skindred?
Skindred, are they
With Kill the Power?
English?
Yeah.
Skindred is they do
Kill the
like
power.
they're the ones who did Strike While the Iron is Hot. They're like a reggae metal band, right?
Reggae metal band. That's it. Skindred.
Yeah.
Wow,
Man.
that's weird.
Diamond
Grumpy.
Head.
Huh?
Yeah, Damon. Grumpy. You give me 3.
Yeah.
And you already know one's your favorite band of all time.
Yeah, I didn't want to take what?
But I can't. Them British metal bands, man. Where's AC/DC from?
Australia.
Oh well,
It's kind of English, maybe.
kinda. English rule maybe.
Mm,
Beatles.
English singer.
Where are the Beatles
Motorhead.
from?
English, yeah, okay. England, Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool.
We haven't even talked about the band that's also from your area too.
Yeah, them Metallica people, or
No,
not
Lemmy.
Metallica, but
Lemmy, Motorhead.
Motorhead.
Motorhead. Yeah, Motorhead.
Overkill.
I already talked about Whitesnake.
Yep.
Let's see.
Now I think I can.
Now I'm starting to draw them blanks, man, and I
Bring
shouldn't
Me
do
the
that.
Horizon was the name that kept popping in my head. I couldn't.
Come on,
finish it out.
come on, Grumpy. You're always rambling on.
Mm-hmm.
Ramble on.
The Zeppelin train.
Yep, Zeppelin.
Cool. Yeah. But yeah, that was bad English. Where were they from?
That's Bad Company.
No, it was a group called
English.
Bad English or something like that.
I think they were U.S.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it's Bad English. I can't remember if they were U.S. or if they were a foreign band.
I know Bad Company, of course, English. They are Bad Company.
In the white room.
Yeah, with black curtains.
Yep.
Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Queen, of course.
Queen
you
too.
look at,
Yeah.
Even if you wanted to say, because Elton John made a couple of rocky tunes. Elton John, English.
Sure.
Then you look at, of course, Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy you would class as, okay, they're from Ireland, but Ireland is part of England. So Thin Lizzy. Then you look, of course, like you said, Judas Priest.
Say you
Then
two,
you look
I
at
will
Motorhead.
walk
Sorry
away
to
right
say.
now.
U2,
Yeah, U2.
Yeah.
Most overrated band in the history of rock.
Yeah, really. Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck
There's
that
only a couple of
band.
their songs I like. There's only a couple. Mysterious Ways I
Edge.
like, of course.
Fucking hate that band.
Yeah, there's only a couple that
They're
I like of
almost
their
as bad
songs.
as Bruce Springsteen, in my opinion.
You know something? I like some of Bruce Springsteen. But you know something. This is
Hey,
the
little
biggest thing
girl,
that
is your
really
daddy
pisses me off about
home?
England.
Yeah. Creepy lyrics. If you ever stop and listen to them,
But you think England, with how we were when Zeppelin came out. Zeppelin, of course, from Wolverhampton. Of course, you look at Black Sabbath from Birmingham. You had a lot of them that toured here. Davy Bowie, of course, Elton John. A lot of them played. Motorhead, of course, from Port Vale in Stoke-on-Trent. A lot of the bands used to play here. And now you look at Stoke-on-Trent, we've got one of the biggest football grounds in Stoke-on-Trent. And we don't have nobody. Robbie Williams won't even play Stoke-on-Trent. Because he only wants to play Port Vale. Because he was born in Port Vale. Still in Stoke-on-Trent. But we used to have a lot of great music over here that used to play. Now, it's like the bands avoid Stoke-on-Trent. They want to play Liverpool. They want to play Manchester. They want to play London, Glasgow, Nottingham. And it's like, to me, come on, give Stoke a try. Let's get this music scene back on the go in Stoke. And it's a shame because we used to have a lot of rock nightclubs here. And my friends owned them. Of course, Wolf Beard used to play the music there. So big shout out to Wolf and big shout out to Beard because they are supporters of the Cigar Loons. They do watch our stuff and they catch up on it. And whenever I bump into them, they always mention about it. And you know something? It's a shame to see how the rock music is now here in Stoke-on-Trent. We don't have that many. We have Devil's Night, which I know sounds horrible. Devil's Night. A bit cliche. But they play the rock music.
That brings them out.
It gets a good gathering, and I mean it gets a good gathering. But to me, more people could play Stoke-on-Trent. And there's some great musicians that have come out of England. There is some great musicians that have come out of England. Even the States, when you look at the States, when you look, like we said, Soundgarden, Metallica, you look, of course, at basically Zakk Wylde with his stuff that he's done. Van Halen, of course, different ones from the United States. Then you look at Australia, of course, Airborne. Airborne sound like AC/DC if you listen to some of their music. It's crazy how they sound. And this is the thing, there's a lot. And I think when you look at modern day music now, modern day music's so hard to understand because it is rap or it's different. And I don't mind it. I don't mind Sabrina Carpenter listening to her now and again on the radio or on Spotify. Janet Jackson, I listen to now and again. But some of the newer stuff, I'm like, I can't even understand it. I don't even understand the words in the song. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. You could listen to a Fleetwood Mac song and understand the heartache and the breakup. You could understand there's basically, of course, what Christy McVie was on about. You make loving fun. You know what she was singing about? The light technician. It's crazy. Listen to the modern day music. Can't understand it. You can't.
No. I can agree with that. This is.
How's that cigar anyway, Grump? How's that blind man's bluff?
It's been very good. It got once I got to halfway, man, it got really earthy, really peppery. It spiked up there from about halfway on. It's I'm not sure about that medium thing right now. It's more full.
I brought a 5-pack of them. About maybe 6 years back. And I didn't really enjoy it. It wasn't one for me. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Caldwell. I do like good old cigars. But that one just didn't rock my boat. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. What about yours, Matthew? How did you enjoy, of course, your Lancero, the Wise Man?
It was actually really good. Medium, for sure. Lots of, earth and sweet tobacco, a little bit of cocoa, little bit of leather in there. It didn't have any kind of pepper at all. I was kind of hoping it would, but it didn't. It was a good cigar, enjoyable. I think I would prefer
Did you buy another one?
the.
Did you buy another one?
No, because I think I like the San Andreas better. I think it has more flavor. I like a Connecticut broadleaf, but
Yeah.
there wasn't enough
Maybe-
oomph behind it.
Oh yeah. You know something. I got to say, with Nick, he knows what he's doing with that Connecticut broadleaf. But to me, he uses a lot of Connecticut broadleaf.
Yeah.
He needs to start going through these different wrappers. Don't get me wrong, the Corojo was nice that he did in the Wise Man. I enjoyed it, but to me, I enjoyed the original Wise Man, like I said when I did the review. I enjoyed the Wise Man Maduro that's now made it my father, but I also enjoy the original one from Maganorsa. And it's so hard to find the originals. It is. But if you can find them, I suggest smoke the original and then smoke the new one and see where you sit, because they're made by two different companies.
Right.
Can you tell the difference? I could when I smoked it. This Blue Ventura is budget friendly. It's a great cigar. Like I say, 660. You can get it in various sizes. It is all Nicaraguan, but you can tell straight away it's a good crafted cigar. The ash is brilliant, burns brilliant, construction's brilliant, sitting on the poker, it's not turning. It's brilliant. It's a good cigar. And
What color is the band on that guy?
that is just the original band, my brother. So basically the gold and white band.
Oh, okay. So all I've had is I think the one
Of course,
that has
they
the
have got the
blue
new
on
ones.
it.
Yeah, they've got a blue, they've got a blue, they've got a red, that's the Maduro, and they've got a Connecticut as well that they just brought out. The new
Let's see if I can
versions.
get the regular one that you have.
Yeah. But you know something? It's been a great sit and light tonight, and of course talked about music, cigars, cigar list. And this is the thing when we get together on a Tuesday. We always have these great conversations. We have the laughs, we have the jokes, we ride one another like we do. We do a little bit of shit steering, but then again, we don't have shit on the nosies. There's one thing. Yeah, that's an inside joke. Inside joke.
Mostly inside his fucking head.
Yeah, pretty much. But we leave it there.
Fuck off. Hey, I can say one thing. I've never had to do no spying on nobody and use no police database to find out about somebody.
Hey! It's a little too out there and poignant there. Let's
See?
veil our comments a little bit more.
And you were expecting me.
You know something. This whole cigar community, right? It's a great community. There's a lot of people that you get on with. A lot of people that you can class as friends. A lot of people that are there for you. But then you see behind the scenes as well. And there's a lot of dark shit that you see behind the scenes. A lot of backstabbing. A lot of using. A lot of no communication with people. And
that's any community. That's any community, brother.
It is, but you know something. I always say it, and I said it last week. We need to stick together in this community, and we need to fight for our rights. Because you we're gonna lose this. We're gonna lose this livelihood of what we do. And you know something? It is a livelihood. It's not a hobby. It's a lifestyle. It's a life hobby. It is, and it's hard to see what's going around the world at the moment with all these bloody generational tobacco bans and everything. And
Yeah.
let's keep riding it out and seeing what happens. And like I say, thank you to everyone that's tuned in tonight over on Insta. Of course, thank you to who's joined us tonight on YouTube and on Rumble. Next week, of course, we're going to be joined by Boss Dog and Joey from Turnbuckles and Stogies. We're going to be live on YouTube. We're going to be live on Rumble. We're going to be live on Instagram. And then on Sunday, keep your eyes open, because Turnbuckles and Stogies have got a podcast going out on Sunday that's going to be us joining them. And we're going to be asked the questions. It's going to be interesting.
Oops.
But from
I
me,
never met a
as
question
always,
I couldn't answer.
stay
I had to
smoky,
plead the
everybody,
fifth
and
time or
enjoy.
two, but you know.
As I always say, don't start none, won't be none. Definitely tune
I
in
don't listen.
next week. It should be fun.
Yeah. Interesting to say the least. But anyway, my turn.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Grumpy. Yes, sir.
I don't think there's anybody else here.
As always, man. Another good night, another good sit down conversation, and a good cigar and a rude Brit burping in your ear. But anyway, I love you.
Beats Matthew.
Abba Father
Matthew's normally
loves you.
doing it.
We'll see. Yeah, see, I love you and Abba Father loves you. If he ain't in the driver's seat, you better stop, switch places. So, Grump, till you see me again. Might be sooner than you think.
Deuces.
Grumpy will be live on TikTok tomorrow, so go check him out. You'll see him on TikTok. You never know what he's doing. You don't know if he's selling his products. You don't know if he's talking conspiracy theories. You never know what Grumpy's up to.
Most of the time, both.
And there you go. See,
Sorry.
Matthew's normally
Most-
burping, not me.
Most of the time, it's both.
But you know something? We hope you've enjoyed. And if you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe.
God.
Subscribing's free. A like's free. So please like and subscribe. And we're bringing you some great new content, like we said. Of course, we've got guests coming. We've got some cigar reviews coming, some different stuff coming. So keep watching, please. Keep supporting. We do appreciate it. And to all the veterans out there, like we said at the start of the show, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you've done for our countries and fighting for us, for our rights. To live free and independent and to be able to do what we're doing. And like we said, of course, we will catch you next week. And thank you for joining.
In a world of smoking stories where the good times flow, there's a podcast rolling, putting on a show. The three amigos gathered, mic in hand, you see. The Cigar Loons are calling, wild and fancy free. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. From humble beginnings, just a thought, the spark. Now they're lighting up the airwaves, leaving their mark. They talk of life and laughter, and the cigars they hold dear, dispelling all the worries, banishing all fear. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. Through debates and discussions, they always find a way to make you feel at home. at the close of every day, with tales from their adventures and insights sharp and keen. The Cigar Loons are truly quite the listening scene. Old guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a gleam. The Cigar Loons are living out their podcast dream. So light up your stogie, settle in and hear. The Cigar Loons are talking, bringing joy to your ear. Guys Grumpy and Matthew, a perfect smoky blend. Tune into the Loos until the very